Hello, Steve Mills here. I've spent 25 years now working with small businesses, helping them to improve the effectiveness of their sales and marketing. I've literally worked with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries and helped them to make literally millions upon millions of pounds of extra unforeseen income. Now, obviously not all of them, they're not all made millions. Startup businesses perhaps, been going 6 months and turned over 20 grand, and I've helped them to get to 6 figures. Other businesses more established, turning over a few million, and I've helped them to get a few more million, and so on and so forth. So I really do know and understand how to do this. But today I want to talk to you about one particular aspect of marketing, an area that I believe is incredibly important, and that area is your website. Your website's the hub. It's the thing that everything revolves around. And yet for most businesses, their website just doesn't win any business. They don't win any business. They tell me things like, well, it's just a brochure site, Steve. We don't expect to win any business from our website. What a lot of bullshit that is. Why would you spend perhaps thousands of pounds developing a website and not want to win any business from it? But really the key to this is, what are you doing to win business from it? Because most people do entirely the wrong thing. They've got a website. It was designed a few years ago and it's never won any business or doesn't win much business. And so what do? They go to a designer, a web designer, and get a new website, a more pretty website, a better designed website. And all they've got is a better website from a aesthetic point of view that also doesn't create any leads and sales. And there's no point doing that. That's like the old way of doing it. What you need to focus on, what you need to think about, if you want to turn this, website that's not really working into one that does work, is 2 things. They are traffic and conversion. That's the only thing that matters. It doesn't really matter what the website looks like, although obviously you want a nice looking website. It doesn't really matter what the words are, other than making sure it converts. So what I want to talk to you about is traffic and conversion, how to do that. Firstly, if you look at traffic, you got to get people from here, wherever here is. Here could be Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, email, from networking, from wherever. You've got to get people to go from here. Paid advertising, what about that? From here to your website. So it starts with, what are you doing now? What are you actually doing physically to get people to your website? Because if you're like 99% of the businesses that I speak to, the answer to this question is not a lot. And what result do you get if you don't do very much? It's a bit like joining the gym and hardly ever going there. You don't really gain any benefit. You got to turn up there every day and put some effort in order to get traffic from all these different sources into your website. Now, one problem with that, and that is this. If you've got a website that doesn't convert, in other words, you're currently getting, hundreds or perhaps thousands of people to visit your site per month, but it ain't winning you any business, then why would you spend a load of time, money and effort getting people to a website that doesn't convert? That's almost a definition of madness, to be honest. So we've got to make sure this website converts. And probably before we get a load of traffic to it, particularly if it's paid traffic. If you're paying Google, £1.50 for every person that visits your website, and when they visit it, they don't buy, then you got more money than sense, in my opinion. So we've got to work out what we need to do in order to make sure that your website not only attracts traffic, but it also converts a high enough proportion of that to make it financially viable. Now, obviously, you're not going to get 1,000 people to your website and get 1,000 sales. The worldwide average, by the way, is 1%. So if you get 100 people, then you should get one sale or one inquiry. That should be roughly where you are. But as I said, most of the clients that I work with, certainly before I work with them, they say, well, we've had the website for 4 years. We've never won any business on it at all, Steve. So when I ask them how many people are visiting it, they haven't got a clue. So I've got no idea. So that's no good. That's the old way. That's the buy a new website, make it look nicer, and hope that it wins you more business. It won't, probably. What the new way I'm talking about here is how to convert more. So let's just talk to you, give you a couple of ideas. I'll give you 3 ideas, 3 ways that you can improve the conversion rate. There are many ways, and I've not got time on this to tell you about everything. Firstly, the addition of video. Video is very, very powerful. If you look at the sign there, where it's not there, it's there. I always do this the wrong way around somehow. It's a bit weird. But anyway, over there is a sign. It says, people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. And, the best way of getting people to know, like, and trust you is to meet you. Although one really good way is for them to meet you on video. Why am I doing this video now? I'm trying to demonstrate my expertise. I'm trying to come across as a decent guy, but one, that won't put up with a load of bullshit, basically, because I hear so much of it in the world of marketing, to be honest. There's so much crap is spoken, and I'm a straight talking Yorkshireman who, if you get things, don't do stuff, I'm gonna be on your case and make sure you do. That I see as my part of my job. So videos are fantastic. Another one is to have what I call a squeeze page. Now, a squeeze page, for those who don't know what that is a page that you drive traffic to, not your home page probably, but a page that you drive traffic to where you're going to give them something in exchange for their contact details. So it might be access to a video or a series of videos that help people. It could be a report that you've written, the latest information on your industry or your business, or not so much your business actually, but more a tips type thing. Like I might do something like seven keys to winning more business from PR, and have that as on my page, a load of text and perhaps a video selling people why they should download this report, then having a button that they click on that they put their name, email and telephone number into in order to gain access to the report. Obviously now I've got their name, email and telephone number, and yeah, some people put a bogus phone number. They're not going to put a bogus email because they don't get the report if they do that. But if they don't want me to contact them, then that's fine. But at least I'm able to now communicate with them via email and to then follow up with those people. So as well as driving people to the squeeze page, giving them something, demonstrating something, perhaps you've got a webinar, that they can sign up for. The variety of different things that you can do to get them to sign up. Now, another thing that you might want to think about, this is the third of the 3. So the first one was the video. The second one was the squeeze page. The third one is just really to go and have a look at the words on your page. very, very powerful. People say, well, a picture paints 1,000 words, and yeah, it might do, but the words on your page, I see things a lot in business, like people will have a page called Our Services, and the headline at the top, which is the most important, powerful, essential part of the whole web page, says Our Services. Can't you think of something better than just the boring Our Services or About Us? I mean, even if you changed About Us to How We Can Help You, wouldn't that be better than About Us? So, have a look at your different headlines in order to improve that. So headline is one place, then the words that you're using. Are you using bullets? Are you talking about benefits? What about testimonials? Have you got testimonials? Have you got testimonial videos? Have you got a call to action? So many websites I see, web pages that I read, say, well, what we can, our services, what we do is we've been doing this for 20 years. We can do this, we can do that. And they're what I call weeing all over the page. In other words, they're talking about what we can do, not what you can get, which is a slightly different way of putting it. And, that I think, again, is really essential. And I get right down to the bottom, and it just sort of tails off. There's nowhere does it say what you need to do now is this. Click here, phone us on this number, take action. Having a strong call to action is really, really important. And you need to do that. So that's it, really. That's all I wanted to say. One other thing I will say is that, if you like what you hear, if you're thinking that this guy, Steve Mills, might just know his stuff, then, get in touch. I'm not going to give you a hard sell. I'm happy to give you, half an hour of my time, talk about your business, talk about what's working, what's not, maybe give you some tips on how you can improve the effectiveness of what you're doing, and really get an understanding of where you want to go in your business. I'll then talk to you about what if anything, which to be honest, I'm sure there would be, what I can do to help and what that's going to cost, and then just leave it down to you to make a decision. For me, that just makes the fairest way of doing it, and that's what I like to do. So if you want to do that, two places you could go. One is to my consultancy and training website. That's stevemills.co. That's .co. Or if you're really looking for some more help in terms of the done for you side, then go to my marketing agency website, which is crofton.co.uk. Crofton spelt with an E, not an O. crofton.co.uk. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you take action to win some more business on your website. Thank you very much.